B.News.
My man.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
So, hey, let's just take it all the way back to the beginning, you know? So, where you from? Give us the whole rundown.
I'm from Orange County, California. I've been rapping since I was a kid. It's something that turned from hobby to, you know, being somewhat lucrative sometimes.
Like, how did you get into rapping, though? Was it like you just stumbled on it, or?
No, I had two older brothers, and they had a bunch of records like NWA, Ice-T. So I grew up fucking memorizing those records and then eventually making my own.
Hey, I'm going to kind of jump out of sequence here a little bit because I really like your cadence and I like how you flow. Like, where did that come from? Like,
I think that probably came just the influences over like really my transition, like middle school to high school. That really developed my style. So I was listening to a lot of West Coast, East Coast. It didn't matter. Good music.
So you was just all over it with
all
it.
over it.
So what's your background like?
I'm Argentinian.
You're Argentinian.
Yeah.
Did that have any influence as far as like music wise? Like,
Nah.
Ain't no how Argentina rappers.
No. Not that I know of.
That's what's up, man. So I mean, we actually worked together a while back. You know, for full disclosure.
Yeah.
You know, we cut that first mixtape together. I still got Child of God on my head. That's like one of my favorite records that you ever cut.
It's a good record. Yeah.
You know, and you know, it was always a pleasure working with you because you're so dynamic in like, you know, the things that you talk about and where you go with it. And I know a lot of people talk about keeping it real, but you keep it authentic.
Yeah,
to me.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, like what's your perspective on that? Like,
I just try to make music that's real to me. You know what I mean? And it embodies me 100%. And to whatever.
Yeah.
This is the story of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what's up. So I mean, in that time frame that we started, you know, that was almost like 10 years ago when you cut those first records. Now, you know, I've definitely seen a lot of growth in your, you know, in how you perform and how you do stuff. I mean, what has transpired since then? Oh
man, tons. I was a kid back then when we was working. I had just got married around that time. So
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. So that changed. That slowed the boy up a lot. You know what I mean? You start living for, you know, another person. That changes your lifestyle a whole bunch. And I mean, so life changed for me, and so did the content a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because when I saw you at the High Life Festival, I was like, yo, my boy is like on point with it. Yeah. That was like lit right there, man. I mean,
a lot of years of work.
Yeah. I mean, just your whole stage presence, it almost has like this classic feel to it.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It has a real classic feel to it, and you embody, like, you have a lot of confidence in how you project yourself. You know, so I really like that about you.
Thank you.
You know, so like in this modern day and age, right? Like, you know, we're looking at, you know, social media. You know, people are trying to create platforms similar to how we're doing with the Formula.tv.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you utilizing all these different?
Oh man, adapted to that. That's like a young man's sport now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, adapted to the internet is was a little tougher for me. I'm coming from the day where, you know, your rap was based on your rap, not your followers and the amount of views you have and shit like that. But unfortunately, that's a game you have to adapt to, and you know, you can't bitch about it. You just gotta get with it. You know what I mean? But
and then Fresh Mile, tell me about that a little bit. Like, what's up with Fresh Mile? Where did that come from? What's the whole concept behind that?
We just a bunch of fresh motherfuckers. No, that was just a concept I came up with a long time ago. It's just you know.
And that's your crew? Like, that's your people?
Yeah, my crew people.
Yeah,
you
I like that. I'm a part of Fresh Mile. I like that, man. I like that. I even like the themes, the anthem you got. I'm not gonna put a theme song. I'm gonna call it an anthem.
Yeah, that's the shit. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. That shit.
Yeah, when you work hard, son.
Hard, yeah. It's a lot of.
That's
hard
like
work.
one of the points that I was trying to remember to make sure I say this.
Yeah.
Because you used to come to the studio like at 10. You wouldn't bounce till 4. You had to go to work.
Go straight to work.
And this was like from Studio City to OC. So I was like, yo, this dude is like grinding.
It was a lot of work, bro. You know what I
Are you still on that though? Are you still on that like right now? Like,
you know, not as much because I got a newborn, so it's that had to take a slow.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
We forgot to mention that.
Hey, Bronson, what up?
Is it a new father? That's what's up. That's what's up.
Charles Bronson, like Charles. But no, what I compare the hip hop game to now is like imagine, you know, playing fucking Pop Warner, right? And then going to high school, then going to college, and you balling out. You a sick wide receiver, right? Now you in the combine, and some motherfucker just show up to put down his bag. He's like, yeah, I just start throwing that ball around last week. You know, so it's like that's like a good analogy of what the game could be like.
That's true. So you know, 'cause, I mean, there's different ways that people can come up nowadays.
Yeah.
There's so many angles to it.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
You know? So I mean, when you came at the 3% Club, just like you did at the High Life Festival, you murked the 3%.
Thank you.
You know, you first went into. What was the first?
Who the fuck is that?
Nah, yeah. Who the fuck was that? That was the first one that you did.
Yeah.
Love that. Ain't no better time to cut to the song, so we're gonna do that right now. Check out Who the Fuck Is That? B.News, Lime Green.
DJ Lime Green, what up?
BNewsMusic.com, DJLimeGreen.com. Find all new exclusives on there. Got free dope. Yeah. Let's get busy one time, Lime. Check. Cloud toucher, bet for you life's a motherfucker. Hard body, knuckle mama raised no sucker. This LA, the streets of the uncivilized. One click in the mouse and get minimized. Move swift through the city of giants. All of a sudden, fuck boys wanna form it up. On some next level shit, copy Viking appliances. Taking vacations, don't know where the island is. They said live life so I like a little bit, then fuck it, I'm buying it. Kids say news, man, your whip's on fleek. I'm out here trying to get it, baby, by all means. Got my mind on my team, man, I do it for the fly memories, fresh mom, true story. If it makes press, it'll be the headline. And maybe in the future, they will tell it at bedtime. Who the fuck is that? Fuck it up, Lime. Bully, idol. It's Mark Jacob specs help me see through the bullshit. Strictly bad bitches, what I hop in them. Shoot dice and pool with. Lime Green exclusives got me popping out here like fireworks at New Year's. Stay drunk driving, so I stay in my lane. Non-literal, that's how I look at the game. Rapping sounding the same. The copy is sloppy. I'm shitting everywhere, never trained for the pot. Rev the Ducati, kept it one wheel. It was on the bottom floor, had to move up in the building. No gold on the ceiling. The mission ain't accomplished. Make these buses fill up. 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 Make these buses fill accomplished. Who the fuck is that? B.News. Fuck it up, Lime. Bully, idol. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Bully, idol.
Who the fuck is that? Definitely has a West Coast feel to it, the whole nine. But you know what's crazy about you? It's not always West Coast with you. It's, and this is how we started. It's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, like seriously, who are your influences? Like, who did you grow up listening to?
You know what?
Why was mom's bumping in the house?
Well, you know, she was a single parent, so she was too busy working. So, like, she was constantly, like, I don't even remember her being home a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, it's what we was bumping.
It's like you and your brothers was bumping.
Yeah, real shit though. Like, with a lot of Mobb Deep. I was listening to a lot of Mobb Deep, a lot of Biggie, a lot of Outkast.
So you was like, so you was mainly like kind of like East Coast.
Yeah.
Because you have an East Coast feel to you.
Yeah, a lot of East Coast influence. Yeah. The majority of the shit I was listening to at that time was the East Coast stuff. Yeah.
So when you gonna start mumble rapping?
That's I think I gotta listen a little more of this new shit. I'm an old dog now, so I'm kind of stuck in my lane.
You're stuck in your lane. You're stuck in your ways.
But it's you know, I was actually just talking about this the other night recording about having the new school cadence, but still having bars. You know, that's something we doing now. You know, and working on, not even working on it, it's just coming out organically. Just so happened we got we providing them with the newer cadences with the same old real shit.
I think that's important. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what generation of music that you listen to. It was always influenced by the generation that came before it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
There's a lot of wise wisdom out there. You got to stay on top of the times.
For sure.
You know, maybe you don't want to mumble rap. I'm not asking you to mumble rap, but you might want to get with somebody who's kind of like in that lane right there to expose you a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm not opposed to. I turn up to it.
Yeah,
you know,
we all do.
You know what's funny in the game is that the older generation always put down the new guys coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to catch the wave.
I forgot what Tupac said, but he was like,
you got to catch the wave.
He was like,
you gonna drown, motherfucker.
These old motherfuckers trying to tell me what to do.
Nah, but you can't be that bitter guy. You can't be closed-minded, you know?
Yeah.
I've always been a firm believer in good music is good music.
So how many records you got stacked up? You got like a hella records stacked up.
Oh, so many, man. It's crazy. There's so many, man. It's, you know, that's the problem with me too. Is like, you know, you have to push a record, and me as an artist pumping out. So I'm constantly making records. So it's like the next record is better than the last one. So then it's like, I don't want to pump this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you always want to go to the next thing. You know, and that's a challenge as well. You know what I mean? It's like finding that record and putting all your resources, energy,
and which is that's very key.
Yeah, that's key. Yeah.
You have the artistry part of it down, because that's what you've been honing on and working on for the last 20, 30 years, 10 years, however long it might be. So, but what are you doing on the business side of things? Like, you know, like how do you approach that? Like, you know.
You know, I handle it old school. You know what I'm saying? I handle that third party because me, I just like to focus on the artistry. So if we're talking bread, then you got to talk to my man.
And so you take care of all your publishing and all, you know.
Yeah, my ASCAP and all that. I handle all that.
Yeah, you have all that. Okay. I mean, that's where the new business model is at.
For sure.
You know, and that's what we're trying to focus on, is to make sure that people are actually, you know, taking care of that aspect of life, so that, you know, 10, 20 years from now, you actually have ownership to what you actually created.
Absolutely.
You feel
me?
Yeah,
that makes sense. No, and
so, I mean, I see a lot of your content that you put up. I'm like, yo, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, my man got it. Like, the content is intact.
Yeah. Your
performance was intact. Yeah. So I could only assume that your business is intact also.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, for me, it's like, it's such a, I'm still such an artist, man. You know, that's why, talking business, I don't like to directly deal with it myself.
Yeah, like you said, it could affect the relationship sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I'm approaching. I take it day by day, man. Like I said, this is not my main bread and butter, so you know, it's extra money when it comes. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. But all y'all artists got to thank these guys, man. They putting out a major platform for all of us to get on, man. I can't thank y'all enough, man. That's big moves, for real. We need more people like you guys, you know what I mean?
Nah, man. Yeah, I mean, we've been in the business for, you know, if you look up, you know, if you look up Josh, you look up myself, I'm in the business, have dealt with so many people. It's like, you know, it's hard to see people getting screwed over multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Time to go to waste.
You always want to reach out and make sure that you're giving the right information and you're connecting the right people constantly. Because at the higher end, you know, a lot of times you have like the execs that they might not be in touch with what's going on.
Yeah,
so they might not know about you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, how do you connect, you know, these 2 points that have a similar interest, you know? Yeah. B.News, the 3% Club. You know, the Fresh Mob coming up.
ESH-MO to the beat. Look as hard as you want for as long as you want. Won't find another fresh like me. F-R-E-S-H-MO to the beat. Look as hard as you want for as long as you want. Won't find another fresh like me. No. Me and my team, we fresh mob. Me and my team, we fresh mob. We fresh mob. We fresh mob. Me and my team, we fresh mob. Me and my team, we fresh mob. Me and my team, we fresh mob. We fresh mob. We fresh mob. Me and my took a vow to stay fresh. And I ain't lying to oath, no. From exotic whip to designer clothes, stay side at the fashion shows. I do this. We always on that new shit. Set trends, then we on to the next in your city for the night. Then we gone with the check team. Hit the airport, then we gone with the jet. We so fly. Might get shot down in the no-fly zone. I'ma snap back up, make my sky my home. You ain't on the level that my guys is on. It's a whole new ball game. Hey, Garrett to the minors. What you know about three-piece Italian suits, pre-coats with the cashmere liner? Get that. as long as you want, won't find another fresh like me. F-R-E-S-H, M-O to the B. Look as hard as you want, for as long as you want, won't find another fresh like me. No, 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 me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. We fresh mind, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. We fresh mind, we fresh mind. And we dream achievers, and now that we here, better watch a diva. When the stacks are nice, make them want that life. We get played like a wide receiver. They screaming Mayday, they swags on either SOS. They try to say, cause your boy's so deaf. Everybody went right, so we're up and left. Made a right onto Rodale, then we blew that check. What the fuck you expect? It's the fresh mind. And we rolling up with the best bras and the best cars. We been stars. My team prepared for lift-off. Smoke a pound of pot, now we astronauts. We have a good time and fuck around a lot. Out in London, tripping off the pounds I got. F-R-E-S-H, M-O to the B. Look as hard as you want, for as long as you want, won't find another fresh like me. F-R-E-S-H, M-O to the B. Look as hard as you want, for as long as you want, won't find another fresh like me. No, 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 me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. We fresh mind, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. Me and my team, we fresh mind. We fresh mind, we fresh mind.
You came outside, get some good sun rays.
Yes, sir.
The show never stops in the 3% Club. For the people watching, how can they get in contact with you?
BNewsmusic.com. You can find everything B-News on there. Link to all my social medias, number to book me, all that.
You know, for all the professionals and all the experts that might want to work with you, do you have a specific need right now?
I need big bags of money for promotion.
We can cut that one out. I'm curious, are you like still looking to get signed, or are you just, do you have a trajectory of independency that you're working on?
Yeah, more trajectory of independency, yeah.
Okay, so you just go keep Fresh Mob independent. You know.
I mean, you know, business is business, so talk is right. You know, we can always talk about it, but I mean, as of now, I mean, yeah, it's not something we're shooting for.
Yeah, one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
B.News,
the
3% Club, the Formula.tv. Thanks again, my brother.
My man, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.